You work hard. You show up every day. You follow the path they said would lead to success. But the truth is, you're exhausted, not inspired. Others climb faster while you move inches. You smile when they win. But deep down, something whispers, "Why not me?" You push harder. You try to stand out, but the world rewards predictability, not originality. You laugh at parties, nod in meetings, pretend you belong, yet you feel invisible. It's like the harder you try to be seen, the more the world looks through you. You start to wonder if success isn't about effort at all. Maybe it's about something deeper. Something you can't see, but they somehow understand. You're stuck in repetition, running endlessly, while others seem to float past you effortlessly. A shadow follows you, the weight of doubt, the pressure of expectation. You try to break free, but the bars aren't real. They're words. Be patient. Play it safe. Don't risk too much. Predictability. It's a prison disguised as discipline. You feel it now, how society molds you into something easy to manage. You trade creativity for comfort, risk for reassurance, vision for validation. You become another cog in the perfect machine, spinning endlessly, but going nowhere. And yet, deep within you, something refuses to fade. A spark, small, trembling, but alive. It whispers that there's more. If only you dare to look beyond the safe path, beyond the rules, beyond the noise that tells you who you should be. You start asking questions. Who benefits from my routine? Who gains when I'm predictable? Why does comfort always come at the cost of growth? And the more you ask, the more cracks appear in the walls you thought were permanent. You realize the people ahead of you aren't luckier. They're freer. They stopped waiting for permission. They stopped chasing applause. They stopped living for the crowd and started living for the mission. So you take your first leap, not because you're ready, but because you're tired of standing still. Fear follows you like a shadow, but for the first time, it feels lighter than regret. You finally understand, progress is never comfortable. The world begins to test you. Whispers turn to criticism. You're called reckless, stubborn, unrealistic, but you smile because now you see what they don't. The game isn't about following rules, it's about seeing the board differently. You stop talking and start observing. You stop reacting and start listening. You stop fighting chaos and begin mastering calm. While others chase attention, you move in silence, where clarity lives. You find yourself standing before two doors, one marked safe and one marked risk. The crowd pushes toward safety, familiar, warm, certain, but your hand turns the other way. Because true growth never hides behind comfort. You step through storms of judgment and arrows of doubt. Success, failure, mistake, they fly past, but none can touch you now. You're no longer playing to win. You're playing to understand. You remove your mask, the one that smiled for approval. You crush it in your hand and watch the shards fall. For the first time, you stand unfiltered, real. The crowd's silence feels like peace, and in that silence, you see your shadow stretch, not as weakness, but as power. The same darkness that once haunted you now crowns you. You finally understand, the king and the pawn are made of the same piece. You rise. The old chains labeled predictable snap apart. The rules you memorized burn in the fire. What's left isn't rebellion, it's rebirth. You've stopped chasing life and started creating it. You stand on the peak of isolation, wind howling through the mist. For once, being alone doesn't mean being lost. It means you've found your direction. The compass within you finally points toward mission. You look back at the cage you once called comfort, its door open all along. You laugh softly. Freedom isn't something you're given, it's something you notice. The fragile heart of validation shatters before you. From its broken glass, you forge an iron crown, heavy, imperfect, earned. You wear it quietly, not for power, but for proof. You endured what others avoided. Storms rise again, but now you don't resist. You stand tall as the winds scream past. What once broke you now sharpens you. You're no longer afraid of falling, only of standing still. The world around you hasn't changed, but you have. You walk through ruins with calm eyes. You see beauty in cracks, opportunity in failure, meaning in struggle. You've stopped surviving. You're evolving. Chains explode again, this time the ones inside your mind. You feel the noise fade and the voice within rise. Confidence no longer roars, it breathes. Your shadow grows taller, your presence louder, your silence deeper. You leap again, fearless, across every doubt that once defined you. You stand before the void, steady, strong. The storm calms, the light steadies, and in that stillness, you finally understand. Success isn't becoming someone else, it's returning to who you were before the world told you who to be. Break predictability, escape average. You stand before the void, steady, strong, unshaken. The storm fades, the light steadies. Every scar now glows like proof of your evolution. You breathe, calm, awake, alive. And as the screen fades to black, a voice echoes softly through the darkness. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Well said, by Steve Jobs. The light flickers one last time, revealing the words, break predictability, escape average, subscribe, and stay awake.